Hello everyone. Oh, my voice is so terrible. I haven't live streamed in such a long time. Let me check when last I made a live stream. I'm guessing it's possibly Thursday. I don't know. Let's see my videos. 4 days ago. 4 days ago. And I made a video 18 no no 6 days ago. So my previous video has like 18 views, which is not surprising. Anytime I make live streams and then I start posting again, things really suck. So let's start talking about stuff. First things first, hope you're all having a fantastic day. I know it's Thursday, it's been such a long time since I've live streamed. Everything is just so strange. So what can we talk about? I don't really know. I don't really know. I want to talk about one thing. I was about to check for some keys online. I wanted to buy a couple of video games, and of course, I was a bit desperate to buy something because there are some games out there, but the price range is just not something I want at the moment. I can't get a game that's a decent price range right now, anyways, because I can't really use a lot of my money. I have to go to the dentist possibly. And let me give you an update on myself because I have not given you in such a long time. When it comes to my stomach, I don't really know how it is, to be fair. My stools are a bit, for some reason, yellow, like bruised all over for some reason. I can't tell if it's black or if it's dark green. I really can't tell, but it does look pretty bruised. When you think of black, you think of stuff like the screen. It's if I put it off, it's black. It wasn't like this color, but it was somewhat bruised, darkened, but not normal. It didn't look normal. I wasn't bleeding when I wiped. Oh, this was kind of strange. Um, what else can I say? I know it's fasting to talk about, but I want to keep you guys in the loop. I have my lymph node. I don't know what's going on with my lumps in my earlobes because I've had so many of them. Some of them seem like they're shrinking, but it'll take forever. Then you have a lump on my teeth. Now there is this one giant on my teeth, and it's behind the teeth, the bottom by the gums. And what's crazy is that hard. It's not like a regular gum boil. You could say what's the word? Um, stalwart. That's the word. And recently, I have been playing with it, not just to to worsen it, but it did get worse. I do feel it is slightly worse. I do have a cream for it, but it's not really working. I don't know if it's working. It's either getting worse or I don't know. Because now when you press it slightly, it just hurts. It just hurts so much. I don't know what's gonna happen. I feel like I have to go to the dentist and stuff like that. Um, but I need to go to a dentist that has like a really good X-ray, so you can actually find out what's in my mouth. I do have these other canker sores in my mouth, but they're so tiny it could be possibly I hurt my. But when it comes to this big one that I've had for like 4 weeks now, it's kind of terrifying because I've only found out about that after I went to my first doctor's visit. Pressing it hurts. It hurts and itches for some reason. I don't know what it could be. I'm hoping for the best because I know I said a couple of times I don't want to think about good or bad, but sometimes you gotta think good. And I've been just so bitter for the past few weeks, unable to do a lot of stuff, and I'm just trying my best to keep up. So I'm not gonna spend money on anything right now until I know I'm 100 better, which I doubt that'll ever happen. But I just want to be better. Even if I'm better, I'm not gonna spend too much. buy so many fancy games because I know something like this can pop up again, so it's best to kind of save up. It's best to save up. Anyways, I'm sorry for sounding so negative. I'm sorry for sounding so negative, but it's been a awful week and I've been stressing out so much. Obviously, I still want to go to the dentist. I really want to get my teeth cleaned. There's just so much of black everywhere, so much of yellow. I'm sure you can easily clean it, but the black stuff, I don't know if they can clean it or they have to remove teeth. That'll cost a lot of. It's kind of unfortunate. I don't know how they're gonna deal with my gum because, as I said, there's something hard. When I went to my local dentist, what he said was that it was mumble. I never heard him clearly. That's the worst part because he never said it clearly. Saying something about infection, then he kept counting the teeth, and then all of a sudden he mumbled something to someone else, and then he said it could be a growth of something. Now, I don't know if it's a growth of teeth, but it's pretty sharp, so could be something growing inside. Maybe a teeth, hopefully a teeth, because that's better than anything bad. I must get this looked out first because it's been so long. Get it out and see what happens. So they might have to cut it. I hope so. Or they might have to remove it. Possibly the teeth is infecting it. I know I have been flossing a lot and I have hurt myself a couple of times when I flossed, but maybe I have just hurt myself so much that it's really causing problems. There's a fly somewhere. Okay. Anyways, what else can we talk about? Um, Now it just makes my teeth itch. I'm guessing they have to remove a couple of teeth, and it's gonna be fun. But let's just see what they can do. Maybe there's something growing inside. Maybe another tooth. Maybe I hurt myself when I was flossing and it caused something. But I don't think I hurt myself so in the middle. It's because when you floss the teeth, you go in the gum and that's it. You don't go right in the middle. You don't go that deep. So maybe I have, you know, caused something in some way. I did switch my toothpaste long ago during the time I was sick, and then I took it back to Colgate because I don't know, like ever since I used that toothpaste, things went wrong. I know I was sick before, but like, things just got worse, so I just stopped using that toothpaste. Uh, but obviously, I've been brushing and brushing and brushing. Not much luck. I've been putting the medicine. Not much luck. I don't know what else to do. I feel like I have to go and see what's going on. Maybe they can remove one of the teeth and see what is inside. Maybe they can remove the teeth first, and then maybe another week I can clean my teeth because I rather have this completely out than I can do everything else because I don't think we can afford doing everything in one time. It might take a long time for the dentist as well to do everything. So I'm not going to do a lot. I might pull my teeth out around this time and then a couple of weeks later I'll clean it because if only you saw the condition of my teeth. I don't know how much filling costs, but here in my country it's so expensive. It's so expensive. It really is expensive. So that's a problem. That's a big problem. So what can we talk about today? Hmm. Okay. Okay. You want to talk about Chris Tyson because it's a trans thing? Let's talk about it because I know this channel is trans stuff, so let's keep it consistent. So, if you don't know, Chris Tyson. Now, back in the day, I thought this guy was, I thought this guy was Mr. Beast's brother because they look the same. But no, Mr. Beast has a different brother. They just look the same. Anyways, recently he's been dressing very feminine. Things were going on, and all of a sudden, come to find out, he's been taking HRT. And for me, I'm trying to wonder how this all started. Like, what made him go through this? Because if you look at his old videos, I used to watch Mr. Beast long ago. I think I was subscribed to Mr. Beast sometime. I can't remember the exact time, but years ago, I remember he used to make this type of videos where he would watch Jake Paul uh, for like 10 hours, like the Jake Paul's music video for 10 hours, stuff like that he would do. And that was his shtick at the time, and then he moved on to like bigger things. He evolved because back in 2017, you could do content like that, and that was fun, by the way. Then, he upgraded himself. Now there's a lot of drama going on and a lot of people talking about it. And my thoughts is, what? Okay, does he truly feel this way, or or I don't know. Like, look, he can do this if he wants to, correct? Obviously, it's just gonna make everyone feel strange. And he did have a wife and a kid. So, yeah, I don't know. Because I used to watch these videos years ago, fathers becoming mothers. And as I would watch these videos, you read the comments, and people were just disappointed because they transitioned at a point where they were supposed to be very important in their child's life, but they ended up transitioning. I still think you can be an interesting parent if you transition, but um, but I have to say that I I have to say that I don't know the full story. I need to know the full story. I will read little snippets of of comment section, and I will try to understand what's going on. From what I've heard, he was a Christian, and he did a total 180. Okay, my throat's starting to hurt. So a couple of days ago, my throat was hurting for some reason. It could be the medicine as well, because I have been putting the medicine in my throat, and sometimes when I lick the medicine, no, on my gum. When I put the medicine on my gum, obviously it leaks on my throat, and sometimes it hurts. Okay, I'm sorry about my voice. So this is Kavos's video. Now, fun fact, I was watching Kavos since 2017. I know it sounds crazy, but I have been on this guy's channel for so long, and it's pretty interesting actually. I remember how how I would love this guy. I don't watch his videos frequently, but I'm still subscribed to him. Um, I don't really watch a lot of commentary stuff. I don't want to watch because I'm most of the time doing other stuff. Or if I do, it has to be with something pretty important. Like if I'm watching something about the iDubbbz drama, and then I watch it and I try to understand what's going on. But overall, I'm kind of tired of seeing those type of stuff. But there are some actual people that deserve to be called out 100%. But some commentary channels these days just go for the low hanging fruit. Not all of them, but some of them. And it kind of gets tiring after some time. But moving on, if you read the comments, it's really unexpected. In so many years of watching Chris, I never got the woman stuck in a man's body vibe. And I'm sure there are people out there who do have these type of like responses to those comments, like you never know. And this is true because when you watch any M2F, any type of M2F, when like a 20-year-old or 25-year-old man becomes a woman, you actually can see a lot of masculinity in this person, And I think my best response to that is some people will either kind of get used to who they are, but inside they really want to break out of that. You know, they don't really want to do that, but they're just stuck into it because they're so used to doing it. You know, you know. Um, so yeah, if you watch a lot of my videos, my M2F, you see a lot of like strong guys. Sometimes like very handsome guys too. But sometimes you see strong men, and then they just become very fairy. You know, they become very, what's the word? Curly. I don't know. I'm trying to find some really good words to describe it, but just remember that sometimes they just it's just something when you're used to it, you're gonna act like that, you know, and it's kind of hard to break that mold. So I guess transitioning helps them break that mold. Chris really wants that Bud Light sponsorship. Oh wow, wow. What's going on with the Bud Light sponsorship? Well, I've heard that a lot of crazy things have been going on, and the thing is that the thing is that um, come to find out that the Bud Light or some people at Bud Light were donating to Republicans. So why did they do this advertisement campaign in the first place? Why though? I'm not saying you have to do it to all Republicans, but you should have at least kept it neutral. And then you have so many companies coming out of the woodworks. Even Capcom, for some reason, they were doing this new game, the stream or something like that, and one of them had drag queens playing the game. Now, you can be a drag queen or whatever, but it all feels so strange when all of this connects together because recently drag queens have been a lot in the forefront of the media. So everywhere they've been, I know drag queens have always been there, but like never to a point where they're always there. Like the next day you wake up, oh, there's a drag queen on TV. The next day, in different forms of media, and it sometimes feels pushed. And this is terrifying because a lot of companies are doing this now, and they're just obviously they are choosing to fight in a very political way. And I have to say that when it comes to Capcom's way, it's just that it's the Western's branch faults. But even so, like most of these game companies are trying way too hard to appease the West, and I think that was the biggest mistake. I love Monster Hunter World, but trying to appease the West, I would take my old school Monster Hunter games any day than World. I love World, but just remember that with World, they wanted to also try and capture a really big audience, and doing so, obviously, you have to get pretty westernized at times, and you can tell very much that obviously they could have easily made this game without really being so Western. But I just wish at one point that most of these companies realize that it's a big mistake to go so Western because then everything gets ruined. Old Chris will make fun of new Chris. You have a lot of mixed uh, reviews on this. A lot of people saying different things. And I saw this little joke. I think this is referring to the wife. She knew because he started wearing her clothes. Okay, so what is your thoughts on the Chris Tyson stuff? What are your opinions on that? I don't really know what to say, but it is big news. It's major news. A lot of people are talking about it. Even Sneeko actually said something, and Sneeko was actually in Mr. Beast's old video. I'm surprised. I think I've noticed that years ago, but I think I'm re-noticing it. I think I have a major problem when it comes to when it comes to all of this type of stuff, because right now, right now, if you're a celebrity coming out as trans, it's going to be very difficult. Now, I do think that there is a trend going on as well. Yes, absolutely, because it's not very normal for all of a sudden most of the youth to be coming out as trans. There has to be some explanation because this is something that's really exploding, isn't it? And Chris Tyson being 25, pretty young, I don't know what else to say, honestly. Even Sneeko said something pretty important, and Sneeko, the guy that's been going through a lot of drama recently, even saying something pretty simple. Um, I don't know what else to say, but overall, I think people just want the best for him, and they've been watching these guys for so long, so they want the best for them. Now, people are having this conspiracy with this other worker named Carl, and Carl is basically this person that kind of changed Chris. I don't know. Maybe Chris was like that, because that's the thing. That's the thing. Here's the thing. I don't know if he changed him. I can't tell because I wasn't watching a lot of these videos, but you can also have a theory that maybe he was inside holding up all of these feelings, and maybe when Carl came, he decided to be a bit more open about that. Because if all the other members of the Mr. Beast crew ain't doing that, then that Chris possibly has these feelings hidden inside. Maybe he sealed them away. Okay, so there's this video with 1 million views. Uh, some people are upset. Chandler. There was this one guy in the Mr. Beast crew named Chandler, and I think I would really always, vouch for this guy. I would always want this guy to win when it came to like all the challenges. I would always want him to win because he always lost. So it's kind of interesting to see like this guy getting a W. Fans are saying this guy gets a W. Um, I think people are very worried about this, and 5 years from now, people are going to make videos talking about this guy, Chris, and saying how the internet was bad for him, bad to him. Obviously, there are going to be disgusting comments, yes, but what people are trying to say, there's also very mild comments of people saying this is kind of silly, this shouldn't be a thing, this is just going on too far, and those people are trying to help. I can see that because this is just so sudden, for some people, and not everyone knows this type of stuff. Um, Honestly, what are your thoughts? Because my thoughts are, I don't know about this. I really don't know what else to say. Michael Knowles made a video on this, and let's just react to the comments. I'm getting like so many 5-second ads. 7-second ads, maybe if you want to call them that. It's just kind of cool, but at the same time, there's just so much. Two of them. Back in the day, you only had one ad. You only had one ad, and most of the time, it was skippable. Seldom would you get 5 second or 6 second ads. Now you're getting it all the time. I'm guessing advertisers know very well to spread their message. You need very short ads. Let me read the comments. How selfish can this man get? Can a man get? Take the kid's chance to have a father away. Okay. Get married, add a son, and then it comes out as trans, so you ruin two people's lives to make yourself feel better. Chris used to be one of the most manliest guys on Mr. Beast's channel. Someone had their own little experience over here. Let me read this. My father, sorry, my father left my mom when I was two to pursue being in a gay relationship. All to live is truth. Well, what about the truth of the kid? What about his right to have a father and a mother in the home? And all this just to be close to home for me. All of this is just too close to home for me. The fact that it happened to my family 26 years ago. Just imagine how worse it is now. Exactly, you know? But even if you come out as trans, why don't you want to stay with your child? Why do you have to have a divorce? I'm still trying to figure that out because you need to understand that you're still a parent of the child and you still need to be there. And if Chris divorced his wife, I heard that he did that, and all I can say is that I don't like that. I'm not really a major fan of divorce. I think that's just something that I do not believe in. I don't like divorces. I'm sorry. Sounds crazy to say that, but there's just so many divorces going out. It's not seldom, it's all over. It's so normalized. Get married, divorce, and we even see it in celebrity culture as well. And people try to emulate that. Why can't you just stick with one person and live on with your life? I think the more we start to feel that we are stuck with someone, the more we realize you don't have to divorce. Some people say, you know, it's the best, but I always say that divorce is just it's just not good for everyone. You know, it's so normalized. I'd rather not have any of this. I don't want to get married and then divorce someone. I don't want to waste all that time. My parents, they argue and argue for hours, okay? But small things, and they're still together. For years they've been doing that. That's part of marriage. When you live with someone, you're gonna argue, okay? If you live with your friend, you're gonna argue with them on certain things, but you still have to live with them. So, yeah. Okay, yes, porn is contributing to this trend. My coworker recently found trans porn on her husband's phone, and when she confronted him about it, he admitted that he wanted to become a woman now. They are 32 and have a 3-year old and a 6-month old. Wow. Wow. I get that it's pretty luring to some people, you know. Now, there's just going to be mixed reactions to this. So if you're trying to get all the happiness from this reaction, you're not going to find it, because I'm going to a lot of them. I'm going to a lot of mixed ones. Um, what else? 30 minutes in. I am so sorry. I am so sorry. This is the new midlife crisis. Instead of getting divorced and a younger wife, you get divorced and become the wife. That's a funny joke. But overall, when it comes to divorce, I'm just not a major fan of it. And when it comes to stuff like this, if you're going to transition, you're going to transition, but you still have to be there for your child and your wife. Even if it makes her somewhat uncomfortable, you need to understand that y'all took this vow to be together. And I don't know, honestly. I really don't know anymore what else to say. Now, I already did say it did become very anti Christian, even though he was Christian. I don't know at this point. So, a lot of people are going to come out and say a lot of rude things, mild things. A lot of people are going to come out and support Chris on this. But overall, I can say that I just need to know more because there's so much more to this story right now. And I feel like this is really going to impact a lot. This is going to have a lot of impact. I never thought this is going to impact anything, but this is going to have a major impact on someone. And no, okay, obviously, his child and wife, but I do believe that there is going to be some kind of clash going on. I feel like Chris is going to make more major announcements and all that type of stuff. And, you know, I don't know. I don't know at this point. I don't know. You kind of expected others to transition. We should take bets. We'll transition next. You wanna take bets? You wanna take bets, everybody? I know we can't do that. It's illegal. But for the sake of it, let's just say that someone major will transition next. I'm not gonna tell who, but someone major. Someone major. Okay? Okay. Now, before we end off, let's start talking about Harry Potter. Now, why am I talking about Harry Potter? That doesn't really matter. I know this has a big shadow over this type of content, so why not talk about it? Never got into Harry Potter, never watched the movies, but a lot of people love Harry Potter, and there's some secrets around its merchandising and characters, and I really feel like there's a lot to explore in that, but I'm not going to talk about that, the world building and whatnot. There's an announcement from HBO Max, a teaser trailer that there's going to be a original series. As you can see, I'm not going to play it with music because then I'm going to get copyright striked. But as you see all the candles flowing around. A new original series. Just remember that Warner Bros. Right now is desperate. They're going to make Lord of the Rings movies. They're desperate. They're trying to use up all of their old IPs because they know very, very well that they are suffering. And Hollywood's just going to regurgitate stuff. They're going to take from the past, eat it up, vomit it out, and expect people to swallow it. And a lot of people will enjoy this. I feel like people have been missing out a lot of stories and they want to go back to this world. Now, the thing is that the Harry Potter movies came out like a decade or two ago. So, I mean, there's room for remakes, but it still seems so close. Maybe in the next century that would make sense, but it's just so close. Some people are disappointed, some people are excited. Fans are going to be very excited. They want this to be more close to the books. So I feel like it can get close to the books. There are going to be people out there that's going to be very disappointed and very, very saddened by these news because they don't really want to support Harry Potter. Many of these people grew up with Harry Potter. They grew up with the movies. They grew up with all these books, the merchandise. They felt welcome in this world, and now they don't like J.K. Rowling, so of course they have to burn the world with it. And what else can I say? But there's a lot to unpack with this. Obviously, if you would search J.K. Rowling, you would find a lot of people talking about her and speaking a lot about her, and the way they would speak about her as if she's the worst human being in history. And this is because we literally made ourselves so weak to words rather than actual acts of violence. So there's always this there's always going to be this reaction to all this type of stuff, these boycotts that happened when it came to Hogwarts Legacy. A lot of people who are promoting this type of behavior, your usual straight allies, a lot of them who were promoting this type of behavior years ago got bit, got bit by the same people they were trying to promote, and then they came out saying they just want to play the game. They'd come out, donate to so many charities. That's the worst part about it all, because they're just donating just so people can leave them alone. Do you really think they care about any trans people? The fact that they only donated now to any organization proves the point that they didn't give a crap before. If they gave a crap before, they would be donating long ago. Okay? But they just felt like so dirty they have to like make themselves feel better about it. So they never donated in the past to any trans organization. But now they feel the need to donate. Doesn't that make no sense? Just because they want no outrage, just they want to play a video game. And that's the truth about it all. Like they feel like they have to always scrub their hands out now. It's like, but you were totally fine with not donating in the past, just mocking J.K. Rowling. Now you come back to and you want to play a video game, but apparently you want to look good in front of others. You still want to have that god complex. So most of these people donate to these charities, and just now, only donate now. But then weeks later come, they don't care. They don't care about all these charities. You think they care? You think they really give a crap? But they'll still promote it online. They'll still do all these strange stuff, and yeah, they still want to look good in front of others. They still want to look like good allies. If this was like a decade ago, I know very well most of these straight allies would have been really, really rude to anyone transitioning. You know very well this would have happened. But I'm just being honest. So a lot of people donated and whatnot, try to look good. People were actually bullied for playing this game, and most of these people who got bullied, they created this echo chamber. They put themselves in this echo chamber, and then all of a sudden they got mad. I'm not saying they deserve it. No, they do not deserve any harassment. No one deserves that. But it's a wake-up call to realize that maybe you shouldn't always be um, so. Oh, I don't even know where I'm going with this, but overall, I don't think anyone learned their lesson from this, and people still want to have god complexes. So when the series comes out, I bet you there's going to be a lot of boycotts, and you have every right to boycott this, by the way. If you don't want to like it, you don't want to watch it, you have every right not to watch it or like it. Absolutely. And if you want to share your boycotts, go ahead. But taking it too far is a problem. So, yeah, just remember, just remember when it comes to boycotting something, you don't go too far. You don't go too far to any sort of bad thing. It's just that boycotting have gotten so bad recently. And I know very well that when it comes to this new Harry Potter series, I know that it's going to be completely boycotted, and we're going to go through the same problem again and again and again. Just remember, J.K. Rowling has more of a active role in the series, so she's gonna do a lot of interesting stuff. So let's just see how people take it. But I'm calling it out right now. People are going to be boycotting this, and I'm not saying it's a bad thing. If you don't want to watch it, don't watch it. Hey, I'm boycotting a lot of products that don't agree with me and mock me. I'm not going to purchase that product. You have every right not to purchase a product if you feel dissatisfied whatsoever. I'm just pointing out the fact that, we're going to go through this again. Anyways, my throat's really burning. I need to go. Bye.